Hello, everybody. Good afternoon or good evening. Afternoon, evening, good pre-evening, I'm going to say. Today is July the 7th, and I am back over here on MUFC MPB. My name is Brooks, and I'm here to bring you all the latest news regarding Manchester United's transfer activity. We have a little bit of positive news and a lot of negative news. You know, there's been quite a few updates in the past 24 hours. As you can tell by the title, Frenkie de Jong might be a late transfer target for Chelsea, who seem to be in a good position to sign the Dutch midfielder from Barcelona ahead of Manchester United. I just want to say there might be some technical difficulties. It is boiling hot today, in my bedroom especially, because for some reason my bedroom is like a sauna. I'm sweating like a dog. I'm wearing my new team's shirt. Crystal Palace seems to be doing business in the transfer window, and Manchester United aren't. So it's the thinnest top I have that I could have worn right now, and I'm boiling so much. But yeah, let's just get straight into it. As you can tell by the title and the thumbnail of the video, Chelsea are going to try and swoop in for the signature of Frenkie de Jong right under Manchester United's nose. We're going to go in straight with the report from Gerard Moreno saying that Chelsea have warmed up to the prospect of signing Frenkie de Jong. Manu Science says Frenkie de Jong's agent is in London to meet with Manchester United. Chelsea want him, but the player prefers the option of going to United and working with Erik ten Hag. So that is a little bit more positive news. Hello, James. Hello, Jake MUFC. Well, wait, James Parfit and Jake MUFC. How are you guys doing on this 25-degree English Thursday afternoon in July? It is so warm, man. My room is it's like a greenhouse in here, and I want to open the windows, but I have to keep them closed, otherwise my eyes will go, my nose will go, so it will start running like a tap. I have to be careful with that. But yeah, there's a couple of contradicting reports here. First, from Gerald Moreno, says Chelsea have warmed up to the prospect of signing Frenkie de Jong, and Manu Science straight away says Frenkie de Jong's agent is in London to meet with Manchester United. Chelsea want him, but the player prefers the option of going to United and working with Erik ten Hag. Now, that's the kind of news I want to hear regarding Frenkie de Jong. We've been working on this deal for just over a couple of months, and it would honestly be a travesty if we were to mess it up right at the last hurdle. There's also been reports saying that Barcelona, I think they still owe Frenkie de Jong, was it 17 million in wages and bonuses that he earned throughout last season. So it's a bit of a sticky situation, and that apparently is what is holding the deal up. I mean, Bayern Munich as well don't want to sell Lewandowski to Barcelona in installments, because apparently they might not even be a club in 2 years. They might go into liquidation because of the financial situation that they're in. Yeah, Jake, de Jong's agent is in London. The agent is in London talking to Man United. Hacker says, can see United losing Ronaldo, missing out on de Jong, Martinez and Antony, then panic buy on deadline day. Same old United. Yeah, but that's the panic that I have. I just don't think that anything has changed. I think losing Ralf Rangnick to the Austrian job, I believe he was forced out. But I think losing Rangnick to the Austrian job was a big blow when it came to doing transfers, because he had his targets. He's a bit savvy when it comes to boardroom work at clubs, and obviously he had his ideas in January, but he wasn't able to get anybody in. I think he would have worked very well with Erik ten Hag. So losing him has been a big kick in the nuts for Manchester United, and I think we're seeing the issues here with that. But Olivier says, hi mate, no need to panic. The agent is meeting Chelsea for Cesar and Marcos. Yeah, there's also been a report that Chelsea are willing to offer 60 million euros plus either Cesar Azpilicueta or Marcos Alonso for Frenkie de Jong. But Manu Science saying here that de Jong would prefer to work with Erik ten Hag is light at the end of the tunnel, because look, I think that we're definitely going to get him, but I also think that we are in a very vulnerable position right now, because we've been negotiating for so long. The other clubs around the world will know the price, so realistically a team, say a PSG came in, they could come in and offer the money straight away. They could offer a little bit more than us. He'd probably prefer to go to PSG, the guaranteed league title, guaranteed run in the Champions League, and playing with Neymar, playing with Messi again, playing with Mbappe, maybe all three of them, maybe playing with world-class players from goalkeeper to up front. I think that is a very serious situation that could happen if it does happen. But I can see him coming to Manchester United. We just have to be a bit patient. I know we keep saying on this channel with the reports coming out that he's probably going to be signed by the tour, by the day after the tour, but it's probably going to be next week. If we're being the most realistic, because they have to deal with their financial situation in regards to giving him what he has owed. Obviously, Manchester United don't have those sort of issues in terms of managing to pay wages, paying all of that stuff. So I guess he wouldn't have to worry about it if he came here. But I see you talking about Cristiano Ronaldo. Jake MUFC says, I think Chelsea's stuff is all waffle. I will believe when Fabrizio or Ornstein say something. Ronaldo not going on tour is a disaster. Yeah, I know. Let me just delete a tweet quick because that wasn't meant to come out like that. Goodness gracious me. Yeah, but if Cristiano Ronaldo isn't going on tour, it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good at all. I just had a tweet here from Graham Bailey and Scott Saunders. Manchester United will allow Cristiano Ronaldo to leave this summer and are expecting an offer from Chelsea in the near future. Now, what are your thoughts on that? If Cristiano Ronaldo was to leave, which is looking likely, would you be happy or would you be okay with him going to another team in the Premier League? Because I personally think that would be a bit of a kick in the teeth, considering how late he's left it in the window, especially. I mean, if he came out when we were mathematically unable to qualify for the Champions League, I don't think it would be that bad. Well, as bad as it is. But because of the timing of the announcement, I think especially going to a team like Chelsea, who we're directly competing with, probably not for the title, but for Champions League spots, I think it would be a massive kick in the teeth to go to London. I just don't. Well, West London. I just can't really see that happening. But look, if he does go to Chelsea, I wouldn't be happy. I think it would be quite disrespectful to the Manchester United fans because, look, even when he wasn't playing for us, we're still chanting his name. We're still loving him. We're still doing this and that for Ronaldo when he's at Real Madrid, when he's breaking records over there, when he's playing for Portugal. Sir Alex Ferguson was there at the Euro 2016 final when Portugal won it. I think if not for the club, he probably wouldn't go for Sir Alex Ferguson's sake. I don't think Ronaldo would do that. Hacker said, we need De Jong desperately or anyone to finally rid the team of Fred and McTominay. Jake says, no way, foreign club or nothing. Hackers again, this Ronaldo thing is a load of BS. He's a top pro and wouldn't miss pre-season or the tour if it wasn't a serious family issue. Yeah, obviously he didn't show up to training on when the players were due back because of a family issue, and that was accepted at the beginning. But I was seeing reports yesterday, kind of doubting whether it's actually a family issue. I got a Palace top on because Manchester United are depressing me. I just need some enjoyment in my life, so I'm wearing a Palace top. But no, it's really thin, and I'm absolutely dying in my bedroom right now. I can't open the windows because my nose will start running because of hay fever, and my eyes will start itching. My arms will go as well, so I have to keep them closed. But because of that, it feels like a greenhouse. Obviously, I can't be topless on here, so I've just gone for the thinnest top possible, which is, I guess, almost appropriate for this type of channel. So it is a Palace top. It's a Palace training top, actually. I got it from my friend because he played for Crystal Palace for a good few years. Martinez still gone quiet over the last couple of days. I have got an update here regarding Lisandro Martinez. Tweeted this morning by Mike Voage. I'm not sure how to pronounce his second name, but Lisandro Martinez is pushing Ajax to sell him for a realistic transfer fee. Both the €40 million or 34 million pounds offer from Arsenal and the €45 million or 38 million pounds from Manchester United have been refused. So he is pushing for a deal. He definitely does want to leave Ajax this summer. I don't think in a disrespectful way, but I think in a way in which he realises this opportunity might not be there either in the January transfer window or next summer. I think for a lot of players, especially from not the top 5 leagues, when you're linked to big clubs, when you're linked to teams in the Premier League, you want to get that deal done as soon as possible because Premier League is the biggest in the world. It is the best in the world, and players want to play there. These opportunities don't come round every window or every year, not for everybody at least. So I think that he recognises that definitely and is letting Ajax know his intentions. He wants to move. He wants to come to Manchester United. I would expect that deal to be done quite soon, to be honest with you guys. I know it's been dragging on because it is Manchester United negotiating. It does take much longer than, you know, your other clubs. Manchester City get this done deal in 3 or 4 days. I'm not sure what the hold-ups are. If I'm perfectly honest with you, I'm not sure why you can't, you know. It's definitely more complicated than I think, because if it wasn't then it wouldn't be as long. But you just send, what is your valuation? If they say 50, we can only pay 45. What's the lowest you'll go? It's just, I don't know why these things take weeks to do. It doesn't make sense in my head. See, my eyes are already going and my windows are closed, which is not a good thing. I think the top one might be open. James Roberts says, I think people need to chill on Ronaldo right now. We've been told it's because a family member is ill. People are forgetting his twins were born severely premature and which one of them passed away. Yeah, that is something that definitely has been forgotten about. You don't really hear people talking about it, obviously, you know, probably out of respect, but they were born premature and, you know, complications do arise when things like that happen. Obviously, we hope his children and his family is all safe and well and healthy, but you know, it is very soon after the incident happened. So I'm not on Ronaldo in terms of missing, you know, training and he'll probably be on the tour, just not on the plane that leaves tomorrow. So we do have to be wary about that. Yeah, guys, remember to leave a like and do remember to hit that subscribe button. We hit 1.1k last night, but we lost a subscriber unfortunately, so that wasn't very good. Let me just go on the live subscriber account and see what we are on. 1099. If one of you guys in the video right now if one of you guys in the video now do subscribe, then we do get to the 1.1k benchmark, which I did set, and we did actually reach before this stream, which I asked for in the stream yesterday. So if we can get back up to that, that would be very greatly appreciated by myself and MPB, I'm sure. Spencer says, good evening, guys. Make sure you subscribe to our channel with notifications turned on. Yes, definitely. Pardon. And do leave a like on the video. Oh, is that us at 1,100? Yes, we are at 1,100. Not sure who just subscribed. I can't actually see, unfortunately, but I am very, 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 very grateful for that. We are back down to 1,099. I think someone's trolling with us here. JKMUFC says, because we only focused on one deal, De Jong, Ajax sold all their players and are demanding high prices. And yeah, that's just a consequence of our actions. That's a direct consequence of us taking long on deals when we shouldn't take long on deals. I don't think there's any urgency. I don't think it's beating around the bush when it comes to dealing with other clubs and signing their players. I just think there is a lack of urgency from Manchester United's chief negotiators when it comes to trying to sign players, because we can offload players pretty quickly. When we're getting money, we can do it fast. I don't think that's any surprise. But when it's spending the money that the Glazers don't want to, I think that's when the sort of lackadaisy attitude comes to it. And we've definitely shot ourselves in the foot with this one. Because if Chelsea could come in, offer the money and the player and get him, it could happen. It's a very realistic scenario. At the end of all of this, it will be absolutely embarrassing for Manchester United, but at the same time it would also just show the rest of the world that we're not a serious club when it comes to getting players in. And it wouldn't be something that surprises me, but it would obviously be something that upsets me quite a lot. JKMFC, it's alright. Glad to have you here, glad for the comments, thank you very much. But yeah, it'll be something that it'll be absolutely devastating, especially to see him go to another team in the Premier League. I think that again would be another kick in the teeth. Chelsea are doing to us what we're doing to Arsenal, I guess. It's not a nice situation to be in, but I guess it's a situation that we're going to have to get used to for the time being, because look, we don't have the pool that we used to have, admittedly, but we also don't have the squad, I guess, to tempt players in. Ronaldo looks to be on his way out. He looks gruntled. He doesn't look settled. And players will see that when Ronaldo's not happy, there must be some. When Ronaldo has to come public and basically lambast the club, it doesn't bode well for, you know, your incoming transfers. Players will look at that and think, wow, if Ronaldo's coming out, there really must be something wrong. Do I really want to go there? And I think that's something that we have to take into consideration. But just moving on quickly to Christian Eriksen, I do have a little bit of news regarding him. Fabrizio Romano tweeted earlier, contracts are being checked by lawyers, and then Christian Eriksen will be unveiled as new Manchester United player on a 3-year deal. Eriksen has confirmed his decision to other clubs. He's joining Manchester United as Erik ten Hag strongly wanted him. I would expect Eriksen to be unveiled with the kit tomorrow. That's something which I think has been in the works for like a week and a half maybe, as well as obviously Tyrone Malacia, but who's already been unveiled really. But yeah, I would expect to see Eriksen holding up the kit tomorrow, and I definitely think he'll be on the plane, either not tomorrow or a plane the day after for the tour. And you might expect to see him play against Liverpool on the 12th of July. That's something which I'm excited for. It's obviously nice to see new players come in, but getting the second one through the door is nice. Rio Ferdinand has something to say about Christian Eriksen as well. Quoted, I think Christian Eriksen is a squad player. He doesn't come in as a starter. I would be very surprised if he comes as a starter. I don't see him taking Bruno Fernandes out of the team. Now, is that something that you guys agree with? I'm a bit half and half on this one. I can't see Bruno Fernandes getting replaced in the starting 11, but if we are unable to sign Antony, I can see either Bruno or Eriksen playing off the right, because it would be similar to something which he did at Ajax with Dusan Tadic, who at Southampton when he was in the Premier League was a central type of player. And then at Ajax, I believe he's Ajax captain now, if I'm wrong. He does play out on the left or on the right, I think. So that is something that could possibly be in the works for Erik ten Hag, with Bruno Fernandes and Christian Eriksen in the same starting 11. So what do you guys think? Do you agree with Ferdinand there saying he'll come in as a squad player, or do you disagree with him? I do also, whilst you guys are going to answer that, I do also want to talk about a new player that we have been linked with. I think that makes it 88 or 89 players that we've been linked with in this transfer window already. I'm going to search up his first name because I cannot remember it. It's Jean-Clair Todibo, former Barcelona player, currently playing his football in France for OGC Nice. He has been linked to Manchester United. From Foot Mercato, which is a French sport outlet, obviously in France. They got 2.5 million followers on Twitter, so they do have quite a following. They are saying that Jean-Clair Todibo is on Manchester United and Newcastle's list. Sevilla and Napoli contacted concretely to sign him, but OGC Nice politely rejected it. Estimated price more than 20 million, so you're probably looking at 20 to 25 million if we are genuinely interested in signing him, which I think, well, it isn't obviously too much money. I've seen him play a few times for OGC Nice and a couple of times for Barcelona. I think he's a decent centre-back, but probably not someone that, you know, we should be in for. I wouldn't be against signing him because depth is important, but I wouldn't be signing him to, you know, start alongside Rafa Varane. James says, I think he could take Bruno if they keep Bruno. I think he can take Bruno if they keep Bruno out of the number 10 spot. So what I get from that is, if Eriksen plays 10, maybe Bruno plays off the right. Is that what you're saying? Because if you are, then I would agree. I think that would be the plan if they are planning to play Bruno and Eriksen in the same team. Because again, I guess this all depends on if we sign Frenkie de Jong, because Bruno, neither Eriksen are central, you know, defensive-minded midfielders. So I don't think it'll be the best idea to play them in a double pivot that sits in front of the back four. I think de Jong is going to happen. I've always said that, and I will always say that until he's holding up the shirt, or, you know, he's holding up a shirt of Manchester United or another club. I think it will happen. I think we've been so long in this Frenkie de Jong deal that we kind of just are sliding them in to our starting 11s for the match against Brighton on the opening day of the season. But I can't see Eriksen or Bruno playing alongside de Jong in a double pivot. Spencer says, if Bruno throws up a strop like we saw many times previously last season, Eriksen will find himself playing a lot more in that position. Ten Hag won't do favouritism if the player doesn't work for them. Agreed. I was going to bring this up later in the video, but I just need to find it now because it's, I guess, a good time to bring up. There is a list of, I guess, rules or requirements that the players will have to meet whilst Erik ten Hag is at Manchester United. The first one, reported by David McDonnell, who writes for the Mirror. Manchester United players have been told that they will be exiled by Erik ten Hag if he finds any of them are leaking dressing room information. Now, what this means is either there's not going to be any more leaks at all, or you're going to find out pretty soon who the dressing room leak is, because you just won't see them in and around the Manchester United matchday squads. They might even be sold. It will be pretty clear pretty soon, which I'm quite excited about, and I'm happy to hear this, and I'm happy to see that it's been made public, because it's such a long time coming. You have a problem, you have a rat in the dressing room, but you're not doing anything about it. You're not, punishing them with docked wages or no game time or even getting sold. I think there's a bit of a ruthless streak when it comes to Erik ten Hag, because again, he doesn't have any affiliation to Manchester United. He doesn't have any previous comings in with Manchester United. I don't think he's even... Was he the Ajax manager when we beat Ajax in the Europa League final in 2017? Because I don't think he was, but he's never even had any run-ins. He's never been to Old Trafford. He doesn't care. He just wants to win, and he wants to do everything possible to make sure he's in the best environment out there to, deliver trophies to Manchester United, which is something which obviously we are in need for. We haven't won anything since 2017, so I'm happy to hear this coming out. Erik ten Hag has also told Manchester United players that they will be dropped if they are late for training or team meetings, no matter who they are, with reputations counting for nothing. And this is something that I'm so happy to see these things. I'm so happy to hear about these things, especially now, given everything that did happen at Manchester United. But let's just swiftly go back to Cristiano Ronaldo, because I do have another report from James Allen Robson here. Prior to Cristiano Ronaldo asking to leave, Erik ten Hag was already weighing up whether to try and get a tune out of Antony Martial. He has been given pre-season to impress ten Hag. Now, I can't imagine Antony Martial will be let go this summer, because pre-season does take you almost straight into the Premier League season. There won't be enough time between the end of pre-season and the start of the Premier League season to get rid of Martial and get another signing in that would be able to, be an improvement on him on that striker position. So I would expect to see Martial playing for Manchester United next season. Oh, I just found the list. Okay. Erik ten Hag's list of 5 commandments for Manchester United. Dropped if late for meeting or training regardless of status. There's no alcohol during game weeks. Use club chefs. Overhauled menu over personal chefs. So every player will have their own personalised diet, which will obviously help performance. There'll be monthly BMI checks, which is a body mass index check. And I think this is something which is very important. Obviously, this hasn't been happening before, but he wants players to go to him with problems before they speak to their agent, because it's no use problems that happen in the Manchester United dressing room being leaked to the media. It just creates a bad, toxic atmosphere, which, why is that wouldn't benefit anybody. So I'm happy to see this, actually. I don't know why it's taken so long to implement. It should have been implemented years ago. It should have been implemented as soon as Sir Alex Ferguson left, because there wasn't much of that happening. Obviously, there was a couple of instances with Wayne Rooney when he was trying to force a way out of the club. But over the past couple of years, it's been every day, non-stop. Watching Manchester United on Twitter was like watching EastEnders. Every day there was a problem, and it wasn't coming from the club. It was coming from outlets, coming from agents, and it was just creating a toxic atmosphere. And obviously, last season, we saw the consequence and the repercussions of that toxic atmosphere. Luke Shaw will be buzzing. No takeaway isn't on that list. Listen, that is weightest in the words of Mark Goldbridge. Luke Shaw is a top professional, I think, and I'm sure everybody will be in agreement. If anybody has any problems, I guess they would have already gone to Erik ten Hag, because that is number 5 on his list of commandments for the Manchester United squad, to try and improve the quality and try and deliver trophies to the Manchester United fans and the club. I think I'm excited for what Erik ten Hag has come in, but I did want to ask you guys a question in the comment section down below, so make sure you do get your answers in. It's a bit of a tricky question, but do you think it's better if Erik ten Hag focuses... Okay, let me start the question again. I've just spoken for so long. Okay, let me get this question out. Do you think it's better if Erik ten Hag starts to focus on improving the squad with the players that he already has, or do you think he should still be in the hope that we sign players like Frenkie de Jong, Antony, Lisandro Martinez, and others if they're coming in? Do you think he should, try and make do with what he's got right now, or still be in anticipation that we do sign players? James Parfitt says, I think he can take Bruno out the number 10 spot and push him out to the right. I think he can do that, but I as much as I would be interested in seeing that happening, I don't think it's going to happen. Because of the output Bruno Fernandes contributes to the team, I think that number 10 spot is his own. James Roberts says, and Ronaldo may leave so Luke can have his apple crumble again. Apple crumble is nice, to be fair. It has fruit in it, you got carbohydrates, you have your sugars. It's a healthy meal, if you ask me. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Big Ron. Another one of the channel's mods. Great to see you again. Zeno, I've seen your name before. Hello, welcome back. Hoping for Rashid to come back and kill it. Same as Martial 9. I'm hoping for that as well. I'm hoping for everybody in the Manchester United squad to have a good season. I wouldn't hope for anything else. But I think at the same time, there comes a point, where you think, wow, you've been here a long time and you haven't been delivering enough. Are you actually good, enough to represent Manchester United and play for us at the level we expect as fans, as managers, as players? I think there comes a time. So this definitely is a make or break season for both Rashford and Martial. I think more so Martial. It would be more difficult to get rid of someone like Marcus Rashford because of who he is on and off the pitch. We're having some custard with the apple crumble. Of course. There has to be more crumble than apple, though. That's the ratio that I go for. That's more enjoyable. Yes. I do also want to speak about Antony, because oh gosh, I really want to open a window. It's so hot. I've even hung the clothes out in the garden to dry instead of using the dryer because it's that warm. Who would have thought you can do that in England? But I'm sweating, so you can't really see it here, but I'm wet. I'm very, very wet with sweat, and I can't cool myself off. Oh gosh, we've been linked to Brian Brobbey, Ajax striker. Would you guys take Brian Brobbey at Manchester United? Young Ajax striker. Whilst you guys think about that, I'm going to find my bookmarked tweets on Antony. There's quite a few here. If you want to sit down, well, make sure you're sitting down. Big Ron says, remember how Eriksen played for Spurs on the right? Could Eriksen or Bruno be utilised in that fashion? Definitely, I think they will be utilised in that fashion. Whether or not that is the first choice for Ten Hag, if we do manage to sign Antony or not, will be another question. But with that Tottenham front four, that was a very, very good, I think a very underrated front four. Obviously, Kane up front, Son on left, Eriksen through the middle, and Ali, they could rotate. But Yeah, that front three behind Kane rotated so much. I don't think anybody had a fixed position, which is something that I could see happening at Manchester United next season. Loyap Johnson says, please let Man United buy Antony and De Jong. I'm just about to speak about Antony. There is a couple of updates. Zeno says apparently he supports United. Oh, this is about Brian Brobbey. I've actually got a string vest in my wardrobe right now. I was honestly, Ron, I was this close to putting it on because it cools me down quite a lot. You know, there's a lot of air ventilation and airflow. I'm going to be wearing it to Carnival this year. I'll be at Carnival. If you guys are going to Carnival, make sure you see me there. But I'm going to make my debut this year, so I'm going to be wearing that. I've already got it prepared. James Roberts says, oh, hell no to Brobbey. He went to Leipzig and was terrible. I know he went to Leipzig and didn't do very well, but when he was at Ajax before, obviously the reason Leipzig signed him, he was very promising. He's still very young. I'm pretty sure he's a teenager still. A lot of potential. Big, bulky striker, quick on his feet. Surprisingly agile, I think, and has a good shot on him. I wouldn't take him now, personally. I think if we signed him, you'd loan him back out or play him. You know, you'd have to give him under 23 football for him to get game time, really, wouldn't you? It is a hot afternoon. It's so hot. It's 25 degrees in Wimbledon, which is where I reside. Yeah, it's just because my room, the way it's facing, I'm pretty sure the sun is in front of me, and it really is like a greenhouse in my bedroom. Only my bedroom, unfortunately, which is really, really annoying. But I'm going to speak about Antony. There's been a couple of updates in the past couple of hours regarding the status of Antony and Lisandro Martinez, actually. Duncan Castles tweeted, both Antony and Lisandro Martinez have placed pressure on Ajax to accept United's current offers for them. United have been asked to pay a combined transfer fee of 125 million euros in order to sign Lisandro Martinez and Antony from Ajax, which, if you want to split it realistically, would be about 40 million euros for Lisandro Martinez and 80 million euros for Antony, which is obviously too much, way more than Manchester United value them. I'd say that's a more realistic price for Lisandro Martinez, but Antony at 80 million euros is definitely not something that Manchester United will want to pay. It's way too much. So I can't see that figure, coming to light in the near future. James Allen Robson tweeted, Antony has been valued at as high as £69 million, but United expect to be able to drive that figure down. What do you guys think of that? £69 million set for Antony by Ajax. Do you think that's a reasonable price for the winger? Big Ron says, think we need a striker who is good in the air. Assuming Ten Hag wants to play with wingers if Ronaldo leaves. Who does that leave you with to buy then? A good striker in the air that is acquirable this summer for a reasonable price. Who does that leave you with? Brian Brobbey, never heard of him. Yeah, he's a young player from Ajax. He went on loan to Leipzig last season. He went to Leipzig last season, but then went back on loan to Ajax, where he came from. He came up through the academy system. It just didn't go very well for him at Leipzig. He's 20 years old. He's 6'1" or just over 6. He's 184 centimeters, which is just over 6 foot. He scored 7 goals in 11 matches for Ajax last season, 3 in the Europa League, none in the Champions League. He would be quite cheap. Build Sport of saying that Manchester United have joined the race for Brian Brobbey. Erik ten Hag wants to bring the striker to England. Both of them have already called each other. This is literally in tweets coming out in the last 20 minutes. So as I've been live, these Brian Brobbey updates have come out. Look, a couple of years ago or maybe 18 months ago when I was noticing him for Ajax, I was thinking, that would be a good player to bring in. But I think when he went on loan to Leipzig, it was more of an insight to his quality, in a tougher league. I'd say the Bundesliga is the most similar to the Premier League in terms of the style of football. So the fact that he didn't do very well there, I don't think isn't the best signal of intent to buy him But look, I wouldn't be opposed to bringing him in, giving him under 23 football for game time, which he definitely will need to develop his, his abilities. But if we're bringing him in to start him, I don't think that's the right deal. James Parfit says Skamaka, but he's looking like he's going to PSG for 50 mil, so that deal doesn't look like anything concrete or anything that could happen. Zeno says 23 next year free agent if he doesn't go Barca. Thoughts? Next year isn't this year, and we need someone this year. Bayern Munich will definitely want to get money for Robert Lewandowski. Is it Lewandowski or Lewandowski? I always say it like different or wrong each time. So, but yeah, if he doesn't go Barca, I wouldn't expect him to come to us next year for free. Big Ron says, think Ajax jacked up the Antony price to try and put suitors off. Now they have Bergwijn. They think they will be more receptive. If Spurs knew Ajax sold Antony for big bucks, they would have asked for probably more money, I guess. That's comment from Big Ron. I agree with that. Obviously, normal clubs operate in a way when they know they're going to lose a player, they get a replacement as quickly as possible. We don't, because we've lost a bunch of players already and have only signed a backup left back, even though not a left back has been sold. So that's how a normal club would operate. But yeah, I think you are right. I think they did jack up the price to try and put people off. And I do kind of agree with Manchester United, but it does annoy me. I don't think £69 million is what we would pay if we got him. I reckon you probably knock 10 million off that, or 15 million, add a few and then add-ons. But it's not anything that would happen soon, which is unfortunate. James Roberts says the striker market is probably the poorest that I can remember. Anyone we sign is going to be a gamble, so I guess we'll prefer to that be in a young player. Does that mean you'd prefer a young player as everything would be risky, or would you prefer the best out there? Or I don't know. Don't be shy, folks. Get your questions, discussion points in. Yeah, definitely ask me as much as you can. You can ask each other as much as you can as well. Yes, I am wearing a Palace shirt. It's a Palace training top. My friend used to play for Crystal Palace, but unfortunately got released. I have a couple of these, but my room is like a greenhouse, as it is really hot where I am at the moment, and this is the thinnest top I have available that will keep me, as cool as can be. So that is why I'm wearing a Palace top. Yeah, definitely smash a like. Let me see how many likes we are on right now. We are on 17 likes. There's 52 of you in here. We can get that to 30 likes, definitely. Pardon, sorry. And we are on 1,100 subscribers. Make sure to hit that subscribe button as well. Let's get that during the stream to 1,110. That is going to be the next benchmark to reach for this channel. 1,100 at the moment. Let's get this in the stream. 1,110. Akeem says, for all those players in the world, we are looking only for De Jong. Man United, stop that. Be more like Fergie. It's a deal that we can't let go. We can't let go. We can't give up on De Jong now. You get a pass, but you get a pass for today. Thank you. Look, I understand the confusion and everything else, but I am dying. I want to open my window so badly, but if I open it, hay fever will absolutely destroy me, and I don't want to have to be sniffing on stream. So that's the consequence of that. James Roberts says, yes, I prefer to take a gamble on a young striker rather than a 30-year-old. Yeah, definitely. Okay, I thought you meant like a youth striker or something like that, but I definitely agree with that. I've always been a fan of Jonathan David from Lille. He was obviously at Genk before, but I would take him now. Zeno Rose says, apparently there's one youth player unexpected appearance for the trip tomorrow. Thoughts on who it could be? Definitely. I had this in my notes actually, which is what I wanted to bring up near the end of the stream. But since you asked it here, I will put that to you guys in the chat. What youth player do you think is going to be the surprise package or the surprise inclusion on the plane tomorrow? I'm going to wait for you guys to put a couple of answers in, because I already have my guess as to who it would be. I've seen pictures of training. Apparently it's only going to be one. It won't be like 3 or 4. It's only going to be one. You can't include someone like Elanga or Ghana because they've played a lot of senior football already. It would have to be someone like, as Zeno says, Iqbal, Galbraith, Charlie Savage, Garnacho, Alvaro Fernandez, Gerardo, a Spanish right back for the youth team, won the FA Youth Cup this season. Charlie McNeil maybe, maybe even Hannibal, but I don't know if you can include Hannibal. My guess is either going to be Garnacho or Charlie Savage. Those are my 2 guesses. I'm only leaving out Mejbri because he made a few appearances last season, and yeah, that's my reason for leaving him out. But Big Ron says prefer a striker next season. See what the World Cup says. A new star could be born. I'm telling you now. Clip this. This is going to be clipped, and I'm going to put this on TikTok or something. Jonathan David is going to have let me start that again because the clip has to be good. Okay. All right. Jonathan David is going to have an incredible Qatar 2022 World Cup. He's gonna lead the line well for Canada. Obviously, he plays in the same team as Alphonso Davies, but I think Manchester United are going to regret not signing Jonathan David in the summer transfer window. He's going to have a stellar World Cup, and there's going to be teams clamouring for his signature, either in the January transfer window or the next summer one. But yeah, my guess is Jonathan David is going to be absolutely amazing at the World Cup. James Roberts says, yeah, I'll take David as well. He'll probably bank the World Cup and his price will double. Definitely. James Parfit says Garnacho or Mejbri for the inclusion in the tour. Zeno says Garnacho will be obvious. Will be too obvious. I'm thinking, yeah, of course. Savage on the plans for sure. Savage on the plane for sure. Yeah, I like Charlie Savage a lot. I know he's Robbie Savage's child, and because of that and because of who he is, he's a commentator at the moment, but he's not taken as serious. I think that people kind of just assume that Charlie Savage might be the same, not the best footballer, but he's a very, very good footballer. Definitely better than his dad was. And I think definitely better than his dad will be. I would expect to see Charlie Savage on the plane. But my other guess would be Garnacho. He only made 1 or 2 appearances for a couple of minutes for Manchester United last season. So those will be my 2 guesses. Big Ron says Garnacho, should be Hannibal. Love United, hate Glazers TV channel. Glazers out. Definitely Glazers out. We don't like the Glazers over here. I definitely don't like the Glazers. We only have David De Gea, so who is the youth team keeper? Are you talking about under 23s, under 18s? I could not tell you the name. But I know that our youth team keeper, the first choice under 23 keeper, went out last season to Burton Albion. I think his name is Kovac. Man United. I'm pretty sure his name is Kovar. Matej Kovar. He is the youth keeper for Manchester United. He had a very good loan spell at Burton Albion last season. Kept a few consecutive clean sheets, which was nice. James Roberts says, I think it's Iqbal. I saw that Ten Hag had been really impressed. Yeah, Zidane Iqbal signed a professional contract with Manchester United last season. Oh, as well, guys, thank you guys for subscribing. We're on 1,102 right now. We can get 8 more in this stream. We can get to 1,110, definitely. Yeah, that. I think that's something that a lot of people don't know. Robbie Savage was a part of the class of '92. He just never made it into the first team. He never made a first team appearance for Manchester United. Yeah, Zidane Iqbal. Yeah, he's an attacking player. He could be the guy, but my bet is on Charlie Savage. First choice, and then second choice would be Garnacho if it's a surprise. I don't think Garnacho would be as much of a surprise as someone like Charlie Savage. Let me just turn this on because I look a bit too orange for my liking. Okay, I think that's the best we'll get. 100,000 subscribers before 2023. I wish. I like your optimism, but we got to keep it, as realistic as possible. We're already on 1,103, which is, I think, for the time we've been doing this, absolutely amazing. Obviously, it is off the Twitter page, which is a massive help. But I'm very excited to be doing this. To be perfectly honest with you guys, I love talking about Man United. I could talk about football for hours and hours and hours. So it makes it even more, of a, I guess, a hobby that I enjoy a lot more than anything else when you guys are commenting and stuff. I think it'll be Cristiano Jr. Absolutely not. Chong counts, definitely not. Nah, I'd expect to see him leave in the window, to be honest. One person that is leaving is Dylan Levitt. I didn't expect him to be leaving. If I'm honest with you, I like him. Him and Garner in the youth academy as a midfield double were very, very good together. Obviously, they've both just gone out on loan. Dylan Levitt was at Dundee, and that's the club he's going to go back to, I think, for around £300,000, which is so cheap. I would have expected maybe $1 million, but yeah, I like Dylan Levitt a lot. He's made senior appearances for Wales as well. Let me just shut the blinds on this because so you don't see the light coming through. Don't underestimate the fan base. It will happen. Look, I'm trying to publicize this as much as I can. I'm hoping that, you know what? If I'm dreaming here, I'm hoping that one day a big verified account will just comment on a video and retweet it or something, and then boom, you get another 2,000 subscribers. That's what I'm hoping for, because the community here already is great. We're getting the same faces in the stream every day, which I'm very grateful for. And it just, I guess, keeps the channel going. Because without you guys, obviously this isn't a big channel, but without you guys and asking questions to me for me to answer it, it just would be nothing. It would just be me talking to a screen. You run out of things to say after a while. James Roberts says, do you think any of the young centre-backs we have could break it? No. Nah. Not any that we have. Will Fish signed a professional contract. Obviously you got Ted Mengi, Deshaun Bernard, who's also been linked with a Jamaica call-up. I'm excited for that. Look good in the Championship, could potentially make the next step up. I think before they make a step up for Manchester United, you have to make a step up for a team on loan in the Premier League. I think we're in such a precarious position with, our status at the moment. I don't think we can risk. I think it's way riskier trying to promote a youth team's defender than it is an attacker, because if a defender makes a mistake, you could end up in a goal. But if an attacker makes a mistake, you might have just missed a shot, or you might, you get more chances. I think it's easier for an attacking youngster to come through than a defender. Jack Billsborough says, Sosa, I don't see why I can't do a job against some 20-year-olds. What, Cristiano? Junior? Definitely not, man. Hello, Diana, new sub here. Welcome to the channel. Hope to see your name in the chat a lot. If you got any questions, feel free to ask. Everybody here is kind. We have a lovely community. Sosa said his dad is a sellout Jack. He's probably leaving the youth program. Yeah, obviously, look, Cristiano Ronaldo Jr. is 12. Maybe 13. He obviously has to go, where his family goes. He's played at Real Madrid. He's played at Juventus. He's played at Manchester United. And if Ronaldo goes to Chelsea, for example, you'd expect to see him at Cobham. Obviously, I'd want to see, I'd obviously want to see Cristiano Jr. come through at Manchester United, but what's it called? But it's understandable if he leaves. Ethan Laird, maybe. Yeah, he had apparently a decent spell at Bournemouth last season. Scott Parker was a fan of him. That is true, actually, to be fair, because the right back situation is a bit sticky at the moment. So Ethan Laird coming back from a decent loan. He was on loan twice, Swansea and Bournemouth. So he helped Bournemouth get to the Premier League, actually. Hi, what is this channel about? Man U News, I reckon. Yeah, definitely. Manchester United, MUFC MPB is Manchester United transfer-related news and obviously news regarding the club. We do have a Twitter page. You will find it in the description down below, as well as my Twitter account, which I'm conveniently going to type in the chat right now. Anton Brooks, A and B. Yeah, we're on 26 likes right now. There's 51 of you in here. We can definitely get that to 30. That is my Twitter account. Make sure to follow that. I tweet as often as I can, as often as necessary, I guess. Jack says, you said my name right. I'm glad I did, because I can read. Carlos says, hello from Holland. Hello from Holland. Can you please get in touch with De Jong for us and tell him to just hurry this up a little bit, because it's ticking on a little bit too much. Welcome to the channel. Hope to see your face around here a lot. We are very kind here, and I'm pretty sure everyone would love to see you around. Spencer says, welcome everyone. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Yes. Live subscriber count. We are on 1,105. Let's get that to 1,110. Please, guys, let's get that during this stream. Let's also get to 30 likes. We have a couple. Well, we're on 27 right now. Let's get that to 30. James says, I think so. In my opinion, he's as good as Lamptey. I would be interested to see Ethan Laird on tour. I think there's going to be a lot of youth players on tour, if I'm honest with you guys. Sosa says, who will have a redemption season this year? I don't think it will be Maguire. If we get Martinez in, Maguire's not going to be the first choice. I think it's probably going to be someone like I think it's going to be Van der Beek. I'd say Van der Beek is the most obvious option, because he's going to be getting a lot more chances. Diana says, why do we sign Malacia instead of a right back? We already have Brandon Williams, Luke Shaw and Tellers. Tellers and Brandon Williams look to be on their way out. We just seem to do business backwards. We sign before we sell, which is why we spend so long negotiating, because technically, really, we've not actually generated any money, so we're eating so far into our transfer budget. Whereas if you sell players first, you have more transfer money to spend on players. But yeah, Tellers and Brandon Williams look to be on their way out. Malacia is going to push short or start for Manchester United. Hello, Emmanuel Okafor. How are you doing today? How are all of you guys doing, actually? I haven't asked that yet. We're 52 minutes into a show already. Doesn't seem like that at all. James Parvis says, yes, same. I'd rather sell Wan-Bissaka and spend that money and get Laird as backup. What about Dalot? Would Dalot be backup? I mean, would Laird be backup to Dalot? Sosa says, Diana, I would say Shaw is not dynamic enough and Tellers is quite poor defensively. So Malacia... Look, I think what Shaw lacks going forward, Tellers lacks going back. Shaw is quite good defensively, and I think if people are unable to see that, it goes beyond just watching football. I think it's something they don't like about Luke Shaw, but Tellers is woeful defensively. Tellers is good going forward. He's good in front of goal. He scored a couple of goals. Obviously, that volley against Villarreal in the Champions League. He loves to get crosses in. But I think from watching Malacia this season for a couple of games, obviously watching highlights of his matches on YouTube, compilations, he looks very sturdy. He looks very, very accomplished on the ball. He's a good dribbler. He's got a good shot on him. Good technical player. He's quite short as well. I think he's 5'7" or 5'8", if I'm right. But at the same time, I've said this a few times. He has like the same body type as Raheem Sterling in terms of he doesn't get knocked off the ball easily. He's very, very strong, and he's good going forward. He gets a lot of goal inclusion. Actually, I'm going to find his stats from last season because I don't want to say the wrong stuff. Malacia. I can't type. Malacia 2021 22 stats. So for last season, Tyrell Malacia. Oh, it's just loading. He got 5 assists and 1 goal last season. Better than what we have right now. On both sides, actually. Yeah, Zeno. Bruno, new number 8, and Malacia 12. Who had 12 before? Who was our previous number 12? I should know this. I can't remember who our 12 before was. Yeah, I also saw the Bruno new number 8. I saw a tweet like 10 minutes ago, but I can't remember the account that tweeted it. Oh, Bruno himself confirmed it, James. If you go on his Twitter, there's a little 4-second clip of him potting. He's playing pool or snooker, and he's potted the number 8. So obviously that's confirming his number 8. Bruno confirmed it himself. It's on his Twitter account. I'll retweet it now. With a quote tweet. Finally, I've wanted him to have the number 8 for ages. Chris Smalling, that's it. Jack Brillsborough says, do you think we'll see Eriksen in the new kit tomorrow? Yes, I do think we will see Eriksen in the new kit tomorrow. I'm very confident that we will. Make sure you guys like, and subscribe. We're 3 away from 1,110. Let's get that in this stream. Malacia 12 and Bruno number 8. How? I need to see when Malacia 12 has been confirmed. It's been tweeted out by Alex Turk. 18 minutes ago. Official United report, United district. Yeah, it seems to be official. Malacia 12, number 12. I'm a fan of lower numbers for new signings because, you know, traditionally 1 to 11 is starting 11. You're a first team starter, so I think 12 is a good sign. Obviously nowadays you have players wearing larger numbers. Like Phil Foden wears 47, Trent wears 66, Luke Shaw left back wears 23. But I'm happy that Malacia's got 12 and not a random number like, I don't know, 31 or something. Stefan says Smalling. Sosa says Spencer, you've confirmed that. Diana says when are we announcing Eriksen? I would expect to be seeing an Eriksen announcement tomorrow with the new kit. Malacia should have got 13. Why should he have got 13? Abdullah says Frenkie de Jong's idea is to join Man United. I need to see that. Definitely smash a like. We are 2 away from 1,110, so make sure you do hit that subscribe button. We've also reached 30 likes during the live stream, but there's 55 of you in here. We can definitely get that to 40. We're on 31 now. Make sure to smash that like button. We're on 32. I'm watching it go up. Remember, guys, smash the like button. It helps the channel a lot. Will help us progress massively and faster as well. We're trying to grow this community as much as possible. What we've got here already is amazing, but we always want it bigger. We're greedy. We're greedy over here. James says, oh yes, I don't follow him on Twitter. Happy about that. He deserved number for ages. He even has the number 8 tattoo. That's his number. Pretty sure he wears 11 for Portugal though, because I think Martinez wears number 8. Give Malacia 3 when Bailly leaves, but I don't think Bailly's leaving this summer. Sosa says you're against the Eriksen move. Why? Depth is important. Depth is important, and Christian Eriksen, if he comes in as a squad player, will be fantastic squad depth. But I think he'd come in to start. He'd come in to push that starting position. Stefan says thoughts on Brian Brobbey. If we sign him, you have to give him under 23 football. Oh, it's on the United app. I need to renew my membership because I cancelled it last season. I'm still half and half. I don't know if I want to, but I like to watch the youth games, so I'm thinking about it. Last season it was so difficult to find places to watch youth football for Man United. Jack says, do you really think Man United will be able to do medical contracts and photo shoot all in one day? Medicals have already been done, I believe. Okay, I'll read the tweet out from Fabrizio Romano regarding Christian Eriksen. He tweeted this out at 8:30 in the morning today. Contracts are being checked by lawyers, and then Christian Eriksen will be unveiled as new Manchester United player on a 3-year deal. Eriksen has confirmed his decision to other clubs. He's joining Manchester United as Erik ten Hag strongly wanted him. Medicals have been done earlier this week. Eriksen on set piece, I think, is a myth. As long as it's not a corner, it's all right, because his corners don't get past the first man usually. We are on 1,111. Let me just take a picture of that, actually, because that is a 1111 number. Sorry, guys. You're gonna actually. What am I doing? I can print screen and then tweet it. I'll do that right now. What do you guys think of the new kit, actually? I haven't asked you. Are you a fan of the new kit? Because I really like it. I'm a fan of the away one. I usually get the authentic, but given what the Glazers are doing, I think I'm definitely going to have to get a fake one this season. I'm happy enough to wear a fake Manchester United shirt. The white away kit is very nice. I cannot even remember what the third kit looks like, even if it's been released. How do you guys watch pre-season games without any? You have to find, you find the websites. It's not something which I believe I am allowed to even, you're allowed to promote. So I won't be able to say it here, but there are definitely websites. What was I gonna search? United third away kit 23. Oh, that's the training top. Oh, it's the yellow one. Yeah, I remember that. It looks like a goalkeeper kit if I'm honest. James says, I know it kills me not to get proper ones. I just get fakes. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get used to getting fakes. Shola can be Bruno backup. We also have Donny, hopefully Frenkie de Jong in that position. I don't think Shola's ready for first team football. I'd want to see him. Look, this is the problem I have with Man United. We keep players. The better players of the youth academy. Okay, obviously Manchester United want to win. They want to win the youth cups. They want to win the youth leagues and all of that. So they keep the good players, which they should do. But I think they just keep them a little tiny bit too long, because once they get to 21 or 22 and they're still playing youth football. Look at someone like Damani Mella. He's gone. He's left Manchester United. He's gone to Wycombe Wanderers. If they loaned him out when he was like 18 or 19, when he was really banging, you might have a different player there. Get him some senior football in the Championship when he's 18 or 19. Get him, more physically accustomed to senior football. And then by the time he's his age now, 21 or 22, he might be ready. Because, let's face it, if you're not a promising young youth player when you're 22, when you're that age and you're still playing youth football, it's not really looking that good for you, is it? I think that's the mistake we make. And I'm scared to see that happen to someone like Shoretire. So I definitely try and get him out on loan. Hello Jay, new subscriber here. Definitely thank you very much for subscribing to the channel. We're now on 1,112. Let's get that up during the stream to 1,120. We can definitely do it. And we are also on 35 likes. Let's get that up to 40 likes. Please like and subscribe to the video. Follow MUFC MPB and myself on Twitter. Both apps will be in the description down below. MUFC MPB will keep you up to date with all the Manchester United transfer news as quickly as it comes out. And obviously I keep you updated with my miserable life, so that might be entertaining for you guys. Carlos says, no worry, be patient, Eric will sign the right no-name players. We have to remember that Erik ten Hag isn't a top scout, he's a top coach. I think that's what some people get, a little bit confused about. He's a very, very good coach. He's not the scouting network. James Parfit says he's Goal or Total Sportec for all games. I've never actually used them, to be fair. Sosa says I might just do that to James. What? I don't know what you mean by that, if I'm honest. Why don't we go for Cochran from Lyon? Isn't he a fullback? Is he a right back, or am I thinking about someone else? Stefan says, do you think De Jong to Chelsea rumours could be similar to when we wanted to sign Bruno and it was... that is a possibility, because they've come out, I think, in the last day, but I wouldn't be surprised if Chelsea do come in and try and sign him, because he is obviously a very, very good player. I do still think we're gonna get Frenkie de Jong. Shola should go on loan. Yeah, definitely. I agree with Stefan. Shola should go on loan because he's one of the brightest stars in the Manchester United academy, and we do need to get him some senior football somewhere, like regular senior football. Diana says, "Do you like Maguire, McFred, Bruno, Rashid? Please reply." I don't like Maguire that much. I'm not his biggest fan. I like Fred. Look, I like Fred. I don't really like McTominay, and I definitely don't like them together. Bruno's one of my favourite players. So is Rashford, but I'm very aware of the fact that he had an appalling season last time out. Yeah, James says get Shoretire on loan in the Championship. Yeah, definitely. Send him to Norwich or something. No guarantees with loans, Big Ron says. Ahmad did not get much game time, or Axel, he was on loan at two teams. And that's the risk you take, but I think it's a better risk if you know that you're not going to be giving them much game time for Manchester United next season, especially with the youngsters. Do you think Ahmad and Pellistri have a chance of getting in the first team regularly? I'd say Facundo Pellistri more so than Ahmad, mainly because he played more senior football last season for Alaves in La Liga. What? Sosa says, yeah, Angel is not lighting up the German league anyway. Angel. Angel. Who's that, sorry? Stefan, I'm genuinely concerned why we paid so much for Ahmad. He has shown little potential, couldn't even start on loan. I think he was an interesting player because the season we got to the Europa League final, he did all right. Like, he was doing all right there. But then obviously he lost his place, went on loan to Rangers next year, and just didn't really do much. Diana, yeah, I guess there's mostly English speaking people in this chat, Diana. Your English is good though. We can understand what you're saying. What country are you from, Diana? We want to be as worldwide as possible. Stefan says, that's true, Sosa, but I feel there is potential there if we get him on the right loan and development under Ten Hag. Angel Gomez is playing for Lyon in France. He went to Portugal on a permanent deal, and then he went to Lyon. I miss Angel Gomez, man. I was so excited to see him come through. When he got his debut on the final day of the season under Mourinho, I thought that was a start of something good, but it just didn't work out. So she says, we have so many young wingers, Stefan, but let's hope for the best. Yeah, man, we got to hope for the best. But yeah, as a question that I asked you guys before, the person who I think is going to, that one surprise inclusion on the plane tomorrow is going to be Charlie Savage. James Roberts says, Andrew Gomez will be struggle to light up the Bundesliga. What? Oh, considering they don't play in it. Okay. That confused me quite a lot. But yeah, I'm just going to go over what we've been through. We've been over Frenkie de Jong. Chelsea are trying to swoop in, but it looks like de Jong has chosen Manchester United. Frenkie de Jong's agent is in London to meet with Man United. Chelsea want him, but the player prefers the option of going to Man United and working with Erik ten Hag. Lisandro Martinez, we'll just go over him quickly. If I can find the bookmark. Lisandro Martinez is pushing Ajax to sell him for a realistic transfer fee. Both the £34 million offer from Arsenal and the £38 million offer from United have been refused. So he definitely wants to leave Ajax this summer and come to the Premier League, hopefully to Manchester United. Christian Eriksen's lawyers are checking over the contracts. And then Christian Eriksen will be unveiled as new Manchester United player on a 3-year deal, says Fabrizio Romano. Hopefully that gets done tomorrow with the official kit launch. Antony as well. Antony has been valued as high as 69 million. Obviously, yesterday we put in a £51 million bid, but Ajax want 69 million. Manchester United are hoping to drive down that price tag. We have been linked with Nice centre-back Jean-Clair Todibo, former Barcelona player. He's also been linked with Newcastle, Sevilla and Napoli, but Nice have rejected all offers. He will be around 20 to 25 million euros. And Chelsea obviously looking to sign Cristiano Ronaldo, but Manchester United don't want to let him go. Sosa says Loki Rashi should go on loan to Forest as well. No way. Spencer says Zidane Iqbal maybe on the plane too. Yeah, as I said, I think they'll be look, he's not just going to take senior players. There are going to be youth players on the team, which is why I think players like Garnacho, Hannibal, James Garner, Elanga are some of the players that aren't, a surprise. I think Charlie Savage is going to be the surprise. Big Ron says Ahmed Forage age group was one of the hottest prospects in football. Not sure who authorised the signing. Ollie, Woodward. Who decides to spend that much on a prospect when the first team needed improving? Definitely, and that's the mistakes we make. We did the same thing with Martial, but Martial was very good for us in his first season. He scored 17 goals under Louis van Gaal, and obviously the season where he scored 23 and Rashford scored 22, things were looking up. It just seems to have fallen off the tracks last year. Sosa said, my bad, French League. Geez, I don't keep up with Farmers League and German French. Listen, Andrew Gomez was starting for Lille in the Champions League this season, so he's obviously doing all right there. I think he's a good player. He's playing for England under 21s as well at the moment, so he's still getting international football. Paul says, I believe Eric will do great at United. Is that Eriksen or Erik Ten Hag? Well, I believe they'll both do very well at Manchester United. James says, do you think there's any chance Martial Rashford could get that partnership going again? Look like we had well beaters until Jose messed it up with Sanchez. Look, if they're both given a chance, if for whatever reason Cristiano Ronaldo does leave, then one of them will be playing up front. Maybe they'll have to battle it out, but that left wing is Sancho's to lose. And that right wing is either Antony's or Eriksen's or Bruno Fernandes. I don't expect to see Rashford or Martial on the right. Maybe there might be a thing where Sancho goes to play on the right, put Rashford or Martial on the left and the other through the middle if Ronaldo leaves. That could be a situation that happens next season. But obviously, I'm a Manchester United fan. I want all of our players to play the best of their ability. I just hope that, our players get back to the best sooner rather than later, because watching what we were watching last season was awful. It was, we'd score a goal and, I wouldn't celebrate. I'd think, oh, we're probably going to concede. Or we concede a goal and I think it's about time. We can't be dealing with that again. Big Ron says, yes, they did, but who was authorising these signings like Donny? Sure looked like Ollie didn't want him. Poor communication with the club. That's Woodward. I'll tell you now, that's Woodward. I believe fully that is Woodward trying to appease the fans. Donny van der Beek, although he's a very good player, he was a fan service signing. The fans wanted him, and obviously the Glazers aren't the most popular people around Manchester, so they thought, let's sign Donny, give the fans what they want. But obviously it didn't work out. Big Ron dropping gems. Yeah, Big Ron always drops gems. He's a wise man. Wise man. But remember to smash a like, definitely. We are on 35. We can definitely get that to 40 likes. We are on 1,115 subscribers. If we can just get 5 more, that will help us reach 2 milestones in one stream, which is absolutely amazing. Make sure to smash that subscribe button. Also, make sure to follow MUFC, MPB, and myself on Twitter. Both ats will be in the description down below. My at is the pinned comment. Keep up to date with all the latest Manchester United transfer news over on MUFC MPB, and up to date with my life and other stuff that I do over on my Twitter account. Spencer says, Big Ron, absolutely. Most likely Woodward. Donny's redemption is coming this season. Definitely. I think Donny van der Beek is the player that is going to prove, I guess, people correct, because we know that he's a good player. I don't think he's going to be proving anybody wrong. Maybe Ollie. Maybe Michael Carrick, maybe Darren Fletcher. Those people might be proved wrong, but I'm very hopeful that Van der Beek will play a massive part in our season this year. We're only 4 subscribers away from the benchmark and 3 likes away from the big 40. We can definitely get that in the next couple of minutes. Obviously, the stream is slowly winding down. We've been going for an hour and 15 minutes. It doesn't feel like an hour and 15 minutes at all. I've been talking for 1 hour and 15 minutes. My throat is dry, but I'm running out of water. There's barely anything left at the bottom of this, so I'm rationing it like I'm in the war. Spencer says, the story of Donny was that he was signed as Ollie wanted Grealish, but Woodward went and got Donny as their stats were similar at the time. Donny was a Ballon d'Or nominee and cheaper, and that's how you know Woodward doesn't watch football. They're two completely different players. Sosa says Renato Sanchez or Milinkovic-Savic would do well for us in Europa. I can't see us going in for Milinkovic-Savic at this point. I think it's gone. 3 subs away, guys. Renato Sanchez, look, he's been playing well for Lille. I still would take him at Manchester United. He's still relatively young. But again, we haven't even been linked with him, so it's something. It's just a pipe dream if you're wanting him at Manchester United. I'm just gonna double and triple check my Twitter just to make sure there's no breaking updates before I do end the stream. Yeah, Manchester United officially announced Bruno Fernandes is number 8 as well on their page. Again, Frenkie de Jong's agent is in London to meet with Manchester United. Boris Johnson has resigned. Rafael Nadal was withdrawn from the semi-final. Apparently £100 million double with for Lisandro Martinez and Antony. That's something else. Yeah, look, there's barely... I'm a good water drinker. There's just a couple of drops left in this. But my throat is so dry. I don't usually speak for this long. 1 like away, guys. Let's get it to the 40. Be massively appreciated. Big Ron says, great to see this channel growing. Big up to everyone who's making this happen. MPB, Anton, but mainly in the chat and those watching. Definitely, it's all about you guys. You guys keep this channel going. James Roberts says, great show again, Brooks. I will make you a mod. I don't know why you're not a mod, to be honest. There you go. Sosa says his agent was at Carrington this week, so why would he be meeting in London? We have offices in London. That's very well known. I've been to the toilet, I think, once today. Once the seal breaks, though, you know when you start drinking, you're drinking your cider, you're drinking your spirits. Once you go to the toilet once, the night's over, because you won't be able to sit down for more than 5 minutes. I don't know about you, but I can drink quite a lot of alcohol and be absolutely fine. I just kind of store it all in my body, in my bladder. Spencer, one of the last comments says, Grealish would have been an amazing signing, but then Donny was never given a proper chance. For me, Donny is more versatile across midfield, but Grealish plays off the left or behind the striker, so yeah, I think a lot of our deals, even though obviously we are in Manchester, a lot of our deals do get done down in London. Yeah, it just happens like that. I need to open the shower again because I'm sweating so much. But yes, guys, I do appreciate you guys massively. I'll be streaming again tomorrow. It will be much earlier because I have to go into work, so be ready for that. It will probably be early afternoon. But it's been amazing talking to you. I should be on Twitch. I gotta go to the gym, to be fair. I have to eat, so if you follow me on Twitter, I'll tweet out if I'm going to be live because I have to go to the gym. It's back and biceps day, actually. The day I hate the most, to be honest. So I'll let you guys know on Twitter in about 10 minutes. But it has been amazing talking to you guys. Again, if you have any questions, tweet me on Twitter, tweet MUFCMPB, and your questions should get answered. But it has been amazing talking to you, and I will see you guys tomorrow for another stream over here on MUFC MPB.